Hi again, YouTubers. So I am sitting down to do a video all about Reward Style the conference. So it's called RSTheCon is the hashtag if you want to go see people's photos and things that they uploaded during that time. And what that is if you are familiar with Instagram or any of the affiliate links that a lot of people here on YouTube use in order to supply you guys with direct links to a product. And what we do is it is actually through a company called Reward Style. We are partnered with them and we are able to actually link products and get a minimal return on that. So in other words, it's kind of as if you went into somewhere, a store or whatever have you, and a salesperson was helping you and they got a certain portion of a commission off of it. It's very similar, except for instead of giving a commission to a salesperson, the company is giving a commission to us as the quote-unquote influencer, or the person who influenced you or helped you with the purchase. And what this does is this actually helps all of us here that use this service to keep our channels going. It helps us to allow us to purchase more products, to get different things, to try things out, to sometimes work with companies, partner with companies, things like that. And so when you are in the top 200 of sales for the company, they invite you to a conference that they have. Now, it sounds like, oh, great, you won this conference. No. Most people pay to go to this conference, okay? So you are then paying a certain fee to go to this conference, and the reason you're paying for that fee is a couple reasons. One, you get free swag, you know, different things, giveaways, things like that from the different companies you're meeting with or that are there supporting the actual event. Also, it's paying for things like the lunches you go to, things like that. Well, actually, it's paying it to the company for the classes you're taking. The lunches and things like that are supplied by different brands. So that being said, I am apologizing in advance of this video, possibly going up a little bit late, Friday, Saturday. I got back from the conference and I had lost my voice completely. Then my ear popped on my flight, and it still to this day has not popped back. I feel like I'm in a giant bubble still, but at least now I have a voice. So I'm taping this video. So I am editing this on my way today up to Cape Cod for the weekend. And when I get there, I will put the links in below for you guys, and I will upload it and all of that good fun stuff. So I'm gonna take you guys through day by day, kind of what happens, what I wore, and all of that type of thing. I think this is a great thing. I actually referred back to other people that did this last year to decide what I needed to bring and so on and so forth. So the conference runs from Thursday until Saturday night, okay? And so typically most people come in earlier on a Thursday and then leave Sunday sometime. I left really early because I wanted to get home to my family. So I left early on Thursday morning. Now, not crazy early, but I got on my flight. I think I left my house around 8 o'clock. I got on my flight, it was around 10:15. I got into Dallas. It is always located in Dallas. Reward Style is based out of Dallas. So that is where they have their conference. Now, 4 years ago when I went, they had it at a hotel called the Jewel. This year they had it at a hotel called the Hotel Crescent Court. It was gorgeous, so nice, absolutely loved it. Tons of restaurants, lots of things around it. It was perfect. And so I got in, I took a cab over. You know, you wear something that's comfortable, but something that when you walk into the hotel, you don't look like, oh gosh, she just rolled out of bed type of look, which is more my typical flying style, let's be realistic. So I went with a comfortable look that was completely comfortable, but had a good style to it. And I will insert photos in here. And what I actually wore was a pair of leggings from Express. They were so comfortable, but the great thing about them was they weren't just a basic black pair of leggings. They had this white stripe down the side. I wore them with a pair of Adidas Superstar sneakers, which are a go-to favorite. Comfortable, cute, but stylish. They can go with so many different things. Then I wore a white t-shirt that I just kind of tied up in a knot at the front. The t-shirts I have been loving this year are from Old Navy, and they are the Luxe t-shirts. They're totally different than their regular ones. So cute, so comfortable. They do run a little bit large, so I typically buy large in t-shirts, and in these I definitely need a medium. Then I threw on with it, this was the cutest thing, guys. I picked it up at Old Navy too. I went in to get a couple more t-shirts and I found this. It is the softest, comfiest, like fleecy, comfy sweaterish feel moto jacket ever. It comes in tons of colors and it's around the $50 mark. So cute, so amazing. I absolutely loved it. It was perfect for flying. It gave me that warmth and comfort without feeling like I had on a structured jacket. It was absolutely amazing. My suitcases, by the way, a lot of people ask about what luggage you use. My luggage is Tumi. I took a large one with me and a small carry-on with me. I also, in my big Louis Vuitton Neverfull, carried on like my Chloe medium-sized one, like Satchel Marcel, I think it is. I'm bad with names. Then my Chloe, I think it's called a Nile, the one with the link. I carried on all of my good jewelry, my makeup brushes. I always carry my makeup brushes on with me because I can go to the drugstore and get any makeup to make it work. But my makeup brushes, there is no going to a drugstore to get what I like out of them. So I did do that. I got there. I ended up going down, you can go in and register after you've checked into the hotel, and then you can go to, after you've registered and they've checked you in, you get a badge, and you can go over to the brand suites. And what that is a little room. It's not a huge room, but it's a decent sized room that you can actually go around, and certain brands were selected to set up. You can talk with them, you can give them your media kit, you can talk about branding with them. Most of them have free swag. Now, I'll be honest with you, I'm not big on bringing lots of free swag home because it weighs my suitcase down and I want to have my clothes in there. And the fact that most times what they're giving away isn't usually something that I'm like, oh my gosh, I wouldn't be able to afford this on my own at home. I would rather come home and kind of purchase a lot of it. So that being said, I did not pick up a lot of free swag. But when I went over to the brand suites, I kind of changed a little bit because I didn't want to look so casual. So what I did with that is I actually threw on a pair of Express. Boy, I didn't even realize I was talking so much about Express white jeans with a black stripe down the side of it. I threw on a little black cami, and I don't think I ended up putting my jacket on with it, but I did carry my jacket. I'm not 100% sure which shoes I wore that day when I went downstairs. I'll have to look in the photo, and if it is, I will note it here somewhere. That's interesting. So I will put a photo in of that too. I tried to take photos of every outfit that I was wearing. So then Miss Crystal M, who is another YouTuber here, was coming in that night. She got a little bit delayed with shuttle and things like that. So I went over to Starbucks and grabbed a drink while I was waiting for her. When she got in, we got to catch up for a few minutes, but it was a little bit rushed because the first party of the night was getting ready to start at, I thought it was 6 o'clock, but it ended up being 7 o'clock, or maybe I thought it was 7 o'clock and it was really 6 o'clock. And it was a pool party hosted by Supergoop. And with that, you want to wear something that's comfortable, but for outside, but still fun. And so for that, I went up and got changed, and I love this dress, guys. You've seen it last year. I wore it a bunch last year at the Cape. It comes in the blue and white one that I have, and then an all straight striped black and white one. It's this great jersey, like stretch knit material, so comfortable, so amazing. So I wore that with a great big pair, actually, this pair right here of wedges. These things are amazing. They're by Vince Camuto. They are not sold anymore, but I did find a really similar pair that I will link down below that are just as amazing, that are by Michael Kors, that are actually without the stripes on it. A little bit more of a platform version of this one. As you can tell, I moved things up. This used to be jeans, and now I have shoes over here, which works out well for this video. I had a little jean jacket that I carried out with that, but I didn't end up wearing it. An awesome little, perfect for summer, Rebecca Minkoff little handbag. It's super cute. It held a good amount of stuff, inexpensive, but looks really nice and luxe. It goes over the shoulder. You could throw it over as a crossbody if you needed to. It was the perfect piece to pair with this outfit. So then Crystal and I afterwards decided to go over. We went to Capitol Grill and grabbed a bite to eat. We just sat at the bar and just chilled out and relaxed. Went back to our rooms. We had 2 separate rooms. Crystal and I both, we've done different things like this together, and it's funny because I am someone who, I need my own room. So many of these girls like piled up 2, 3, 4 girls to a room. I need my own space in my own room. So Crystal went to her room, I went to my room. And then the next day we got up, and it's kind of interesting. Day 2, which was Friday, it said on the schedule, one schedule said it started at 9, the other schedule said it started at 9:30. So Crystal and I met downstairs at 8:45, and there were a few people kind of around, but not a lot. And and I ordered room service this morning. That's another key. I have learned, make sure you eat these things, or bring lots of snacks, because they do not, it's not like you're at home where you can just eat whenever you want to. So I ordered room service. I got some eggs, I got some toast, I had some bacon, you know, I ate my breakfast, so I knew I had good food in me. So we met downstairs, and they do have a breakfast for you. I think that morning it was a small little piece of avocado toast and half a hard-boiled egg. So I didn't pick that up because I had already eaten breakfast. But we ended up going into the room where they were going to be having the beginning, like opening, I wouldn't call it opening ceremony, but opening portion of the meeting, which is where we are all 200 together in one room. And nobody was in there. So we just kind of sat there and chatted, and we had a great time because we just like to, she and I get along great, and we just like to sit there and catch up. And so we were sitting there, and then they opened the doors around, I want to say, because we were there around 9 o'clock, it was around like 9:15, they opened the doors and everybody started coming in. And there was a girl that sat behind us who actually said, she's like, excuse me, she's like, I actually follow your page. We started talking to her. She is so amazing. She and I just clicked. Like, you know, you meet those people and you just know that there's someone that you will stay in contact with. Well, Ashley is that person, and she and one of her best friends have a blog called Two Peas in a Prada. I'll link them below. They are so cute, so different. One's blonde, one's brunette. Like, they just work so well together. I don't know how I didn't know about them before this, but I am a follower for life now because they are both so cute. And Ashley and I just, like I said, we just clicked. So we sat with her, chatted with her a little bit, and then the meeting started. And Amber, who, I can never say her last name right, it's like, I'm not even going to attempt it because I'm going to butcher it. I will put that below. She is the owner, the creator, the CEO, co-founder, whatever it's called, of Reward Style. So she started up talking. There was a great talk with her. She went through and just talked about a lot of different things with the company and whatever have you. Then we had two guest speakers. We had Ami Song, who wrote the book. I forget what it's called. I have it here somewhere. I forget the name of it. I'll put that below or right here somewhere. She wrote a book. It is so good and so cute, and just definitely go check it out. Great read. And then we had Kendra Scott, who I don't personally own any of her jewelry, and I think I need to. She was the most phenomenal speaker. I loved listening to her talk. It was just amazing. She was so good and just really impressive. I totally forgot to mention what I wore that day. So you have to remember, on day 2 during the day, we're going to be in these morning meetings from 9 to 12. We're kind of sitting in this literally just rows of seats type of setting. And then you're going to go to lunch. Then you're going to have either a classroom setting or a brand meeting or something like that. So you're going to be going all day in these meetings all day. So you want something that's comfortable and that feels good, that you're going to be sitting in for a while. So I had this great, amazing jumpsuit. It was perfect for this. I had gotten it through my Nordstrom Trunk Club. I can link that video below, but it's by Paige. It was in dark navy blue. It was like wearing PJs. It was amazing. And I wore them with this pink, where is it? Look, here it is. See, I can show you guys the shoes I'm wearing. With this great Steve Madden pink shoe. It was perfect. I had planned on doing that with a little pink bag or that white bag, but it ended up, since we were during the day, I was like, it makes more sense for me to carry my Neverfull, because I had notebooks in there, I had papers in there, I had snacks in there, I had drinks in there, all kinds of stuff. So it was the great little outfit for the day. It was so comfortable. I'm so excited that I have that. It will be the perfect thing to wear all summer long. Like, you're going to dinner, you just throw it on and you can dress it down or dress it up. It was just, I absolutely loved it. So after that, we went to a lunch. Banana Republic hosted a lunch. It was a great little lunch. It was family style. You sat with a bunch of different people. I met a lot of other people. I'm not going to be able to list everyone that I met through this time, but you actually got family style food. You went around and you kind of passed it off, and you know, everybody got some. And they had a photo booth there, and they gave away free hats and things like that. And then after that, I went to, I forget if it was a classroom first or a brand meeting first. I forget which way it was. But I did both of those. I did have a class that day. Went to that. You go in, it's smaller groups, usually around anywhere from 10, 20 people, something like that. And you listen to someone speak. And I listened to a woman that owns an Instagram and blog called My Texas Home. Now I'm going to be completely honest, is I didn't follow her, but I do now. So cute, amazing style. But the other side is what she was talking about. I was put into this class. This wasn't one I chose. The ones I had chosen, I only got 2 of them, and the third one they just put me into a class because the other ones had booked up. However, she just did an amazing job. It was just not, she was a great speaker. It just was not something that pertained to my blog because it was more about interior design, interior this, that, and the other. It's just not something I do. So that being said, went to that, and then I went to a brand meeting and I met with eBay. Now I've never met with eBay before or talked to eBay about anything, but interestingly enough, and I didn't know this, and you guys tell me if you knew this, 81% of eBay is now new. Like, who knew that? So apparently they're working their way into being more of a Amazon style of place. So they have eBay, they've got eBay Beauty and eBay Fashion. So it's pretty cool. So I am going to check that out and look more into that and see what some items are that maybe I could be purchasing there instead, see what their shipping policy is. I don't know a lot about them yet, so I am interested in to learn more about that. Then I was done. I think I was done with this stuff for the day. So then I went back to my room after that, and that night we had the express party, and it was like a Mexican fiesta, I think was the whole thing. And so we got changed and I put on a white jumpsuit. Now the white jumpsuit was from Rent the Runway. However, it looked so similar to the white one that I had from Vince Camuto that I didn't keep on the Nordstrom Trunk Club, that afterwards I was kicking myself that I didn't keep, and they sold out. So the fact that I got this one on Rent the Runway, because it's not something I'll wear all the time, paired it with a great embroidered, which by the way, this might still be on sale. The blank NYC embroidered denim jacket was on sale last time I checked. If it is, I'll still link it below. And then I wore a pair of same type of Steve Maddens, but the nude. If you follow me on Instagram, I had talked about the difference. I was debating between these and a pair that had rhinestones. This pair just looked better on me. Love them. So those are the shoes I wore, and I have my Chloe Nile, I think it's called. You'll see it in the photo here somewhere. They had a ton of places all over where you could do photo shoots and you could take each other's pictures. There were photographers there if you wanted to work with them and pay to work with them. Crystal and I just kind of took each other's photos. And so while I was getting ready, we also had LisaSz09 also showed up around, I think she got to the hotel about 4 o'clock. I was in a meeting, so Crystal went and met with her, and then she went up to her room to get ready and all of that. And then we all met in the lobby and went to the express party together. And the express party was great. I met so many other people there. There were so many YouTubers there. Not like, I'm talking it was like a 90-10 split. Like, there was 90% bloggers and 10% YouTubers. But I remember the first time I went to this, I think there were like 5 of us. And there's probably about 15 or 20 of us this time that I know of. There's probably even more. So it was really great. Went there, but it was so crazy loud. Crazy loud, like insanely loud. Like we were just screaming a lot. And that was when my voice first started going really bad. So we were there for about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, and we're like, okay, let's go eat something. We were all hungry. We were just ready to go get a bite to eat. So Lisa, Crystal, and I, and Ashley was going to meet us, but we kind of made a quick decision. I hadn't seen her yet that night, so we made a quick decision to go. Also, the hotel has a car service. So the nice thing about the car service is you can just let them know within a 5-mile radius where you want to go. And so I said to him, I said, we really want to go somewhere for like Mexican, Tex-Mex style food. And he's like, okay. He's like, well, what type of atmosphere? And I was like, we've been screaming a lot. I don't want something very like club it like. I just want to sit down and talk with these girls, this, that, and the other. And so he told me a couple different ones, and he's like, this one, the food's really good, this, that, and the other. So he sends us there. It's a place called Mi Cocina. I don't know if you're from Texas or if you've ever been there. We walked in. First of all, we were so overdressed, it was ridiculous. You got to keep in mind, we were coming from like a cocktail party. And it was like we were eating dinner in the middle of a club. It was insane. We could not hear each other. We all kept going, what? What? Like, it was so funny. So Lisa, Crystal, and I text Ashley, and I was like, look, here's where we are, but trust me, you are not missing out on anything, and we are just going back after this. So it was just so funny. So then we got the car back, went back to our rooms, and just, you know, we all had our own, all three of us had separate rooms, went back, just kind of chilled out. By this time, I think it was 10 o'clock. So you got to keep in mind, we're going all day long until 10 at night. And then you go to bed, you get up in the morning and do the same thing again. So went to bed. The next morning is Saturday, day 3. I get up. I had a brand meeting first thing in the morning at 9:15 or 9:30. So went down to that, met with QVC. You guys know I've already worked with QVC before. They send me things for IT Cosmetics when there's a today's special value. So it was nice to actually meet them and talk with them. So did that, and then I went to a class about like design hacks and like things you can do to help design like your Instagram, your blog. They don't really talk about YouTube much there, let's be honest. There's not many of us, so they don't kind of work towards that. I find in the future maybe they might be, though, because they talked about the fact that these bloggers should start doing more YouTube. So we'll see if we start seeing them around a little bit more. Then I went to that class, and then I had a second class right after that about Like to Know It and just the changes in that and some of the changes that I think are super cool. So if you guys know on Instagram, now you used to just like a photo and sometimes you would get an email. There is an app that is the Like to Know It app, okay? And it is for both Apple and Android users. You can go download it, and you can now follow us on that app, which is kind of like an Instagram feed. So if there are some of us that you usually buy from or follow our links on Instagram, you can go follow there. And it's a little bit cleaner because I have a lot of people on Instagram that I follow that I don't like click their links, but it's so easy for me to categorize over there. And then the newer thing that's even more amazing is they now have a wish list feature. So you can actually click on an item, like let's say I'm talking about this sweater, okay, and I have a photo of it, and you can click on the photo, click on the sweater, and you can add it to your wish list. And that wish list is there, like there's just a heart, and you can click on it anytime and look at all of the items that you have on your wish list. I already have a ton of items on my wish list. That is just, I absolutely love that. And they said coming down the pike, it's going to start giving you alerts when those items go on sale too. So go download that app. It's pretty cool. I will see if I can find a link for the downloads maybe or something. I'll try and put something like that below. So that was a really good class, really interesting. So it was me, Ashley, Lisa, and Crystal in that class together. And then after that, I went back and had the last meeting with LisaSz09, which you guys know I already use their shower oil and their after shower oil. I don't really know what it's called. That was interesting. They were more on the skincare route, and as you guys know, I love my Obagi and stick with my Obagi, so I don't think anything will come of that, but who knows. Then you had another party that night, and by that point, I had hardly any voice. Oh, we had a luncheon. Oh, so there was a lunch in between there before my meetings. I mean, after my classes and before my last meeting, that's the way to say it. And it was by Soul Society, but you had to get on a bus and go somewhere, and it started raining and this, that, and the other. So Lisa, Crystal, and I decided to just go walk right outside the parking lot. There was a Shake Shack there. We just went to the Shake Shack, then we went back to our rooms and just chilled for a little bit, which worked out perfectly. Because I was starting to feel that, like, I have always, since I was a kid, lost my voice very easily. So my mom says I used to play Marco Polo in the pool every summer, and by the end of the summer, I had no voice. So who knows? That being said, then that night there was the last party, which was the Like to Know It party, which Reward Style actually throws themselves. And there's always all kinds of different things that happen, but it is literally a club scene. And no offense to anyone that went to that, because have at it, not my scene. And Lisa and Crystal agreed, and we were like, let's just go to a nice dinner somewhere. So Ashley went with us to dinner, and we went to a place called Moxie's, which is literally right across the street from our hotel. We went over. I did not end up changing into my last outfit. Oh, so during the day that day, what I wore. I start talking about what we're doing, I forget about the outfits, which is most of the purpose of this video. So I wore a white t-shirt, a second one from the Old Navy line, that Luxe line, with a pair of Good American athletic stripe jeans. So they had a stripe on the side, but not like a, it wasn't very noticeable. I wore those same shoes here, these ones right here. I had a leopard print belt on, and I had a jacket that was a blazer that I purchased when I went on the Texas trip. I will try and find something similar to length, but I haven't seen anything. That day I used my Chloe medium size something. I think it's called a Marcel. Not sure. I'm really bad at names on bags. Used that one because I didn't have as much to carry around with me. And then that night I wore that same exact outfit, and I wore a pair of these flats here. Everybody kept asking me if I had on Gucci flats, but they are just a pair of Sam Edelman's. They are on sale now because I think they're being discontinued, but I will put the link below. I did find them. They are amazing. They're much brighter in person than this is showing off. They're much brighter, beautiful, like pinky purple color. That's what I wore when I had the Express jeans on and I was walking around waiting for Crystal. I had those on. I take that back. I do remember what shoes I had on. When we went to dinner, we went to Moxie's. I just decided to throw those on to be comfortable. We were just going over to dinner. I also was not feeling well at all at that point. I was drinking hot tea at dinner to give you an idea of how bad I felt. But it was so nice just sitting and talking with the girls. So fun. We got desserts. We shared desserts. We had a good time talking. It was still raining. That's another thing. The party that night, the Like to Know It party, was also outside at a botanical garden, which, as much as I would have loved to see it, it just wasn't in the cards for me. So if I had gone to the Like to Know It party, I did put the outfit on that I was going to be wearing, and it was another Rent the Runway dress. It was a gorgeous yellow dress. I will link one that I found that was similar, with a little blue jean jacket and these shoes. Guys, I am obsessed with these. How cute. These are from Kohl's, guys, and they're $30-something, like $35. How stinking cute are these? I did buy them in a size 9, by the way, and I thought they were too big, and then I got the 8.5 in. The 8.5's too tight, so I'm glad I have a 9. I'm traditionally an 8.5. So I did take a photo of it with that same white Rebecca Minkoff bag. It was perfect for it. If I had gone, it would have worked out great, but I wasn't up for it. So the next morning I got up, and when I say I had to get up at the crack of dawn, I mean I had to leave the hotel by 5:45 in the morning. That's crazy. So I got up. Ashley and I met downstairs because her flight was right around the same time as mine. So we just took an Uber together to the airport. Got to the airport. I wore a pair of Zella, I guess they're ripped leggings. And I don't know if they sell them anymore because I couldn't find them, with a blue t-shirt and that same Old Navy jacket and the same Adidas Superstars. It was perfect for in the airport. I was just so comfortable. That jacket, guys, comes in so many colors. I think I need another color. It's that amazing. So that is the conference in a whole. I will say some of the fun, like, little things that they do that are really cool is, like, they give you your own key that said reward style the conference, and it says phone, keys, and wallet, like to know it, like, so you don't forget your key card. Every coffee cup had these great little things on them that said screenshot everything and like to know it. It was very well branded, very well done. The first time I went, I was not honestly impressed, and I didn't go back for 2 years after that because of that. But I'm glad I went this year. Very glad I went this year, because I feel like I got more information and more things that I can, you know, bring back to my channel and kind of try and help out. So let's see. Some of the people that I saw that I figure I'll tell you guys a little bit about, and if I have any photos, I'll try and put them in here. First, Makeup by Tiffany D was supposed to be going, and at last minute she wasn't able to go, so we did not end up meeting up there. She and I had talked about that beforehand, and LisaSz09had also talked with her. So we didn't end up meeting up with her because I know a lot of people had heard that she was going and asked me if I was meeting up with her. So she, Lisa, and I probably have, we all started our channels around the same time, so we've all been in contact for almost 9 years now, so it's pretty cool. But didn't end up meeting up with her. But let's see here. First night, I met Jen from the Sister Studio. You guys know I talk about her a lot. I met the Loverly Gray. I did not follow her, but she's super sweet. I met with Lux Mommy, who is here on YouTube and Instagram. I met Shay Whitney, who is here on YouTube and Instagram. Erin Busby from Busby Style, which is here on YouTube and on Instagram. I will put everyone's handles below, by the way, too. I think that's the only people I can think of from meeting the first night. Oh, when I was at the Brand Suites that day, so Colleen Rothschild, I have known since she started her company. I was one of the first people that used her products. And I went over to the Brand Suite specifically to see her and to say hi to her husband, Stan. Because 4 years ago, when I was at the Reward Style Conference, she lives in Dallas, and she was going to come meet us for dinner. and couldn't get over. We couldn't get the schedules together because trust me, when you are there, guys, you are insane from moment to moment. There is no free time. So we didn't end up getting to meet up with her, but she's like, what is this reward style thing you're talking about? And so it ended up that she ended up talking to them, and she is now a brand that works with reward style. So that was really awesome. So I finally got to meet her and Stan in person, which was great because I feel like I've known her. Then I met Amanda from Almost Ready blog for just a few moments while I was talking to Colleen and Stan. Then I met Jenna Green, who I hadn't met, but I guess I felt like I knew because she came up to me and she's like, hey, I know you. And so we started talking. And the day that I was over in the meetings, I actually talked about this on my Insta stories. Crystal and I got on the elevator with Courtney Kerr, and we ended up talking to her, and she is genuinely one of the sweetest people ever. Like, so genuinely nice. And she has a YouTube as well. She's just like down to earth nice. Saw two housewives, Kristen that used to be on New York, and then not a housewife, but Ladies of London, the Juliet, I think her name was. So hard to remember everyone. I feel so bad. So if I met you and you're watching this and I forgot to mention you, I'm really sorry. It's so hard to remember everything. So that is everything on the Reward Style Conference for 2018. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about anything here whatsoever, please let me know. If you have questions about how the conference works, about how like to know it works, any of these things, please let me know. And real quick, what else I am wearing on my face: MAC Prep and Prime Radiant Rose, Urban Decay Naked Concealer Under the Eyes set with Laura Mercier Translucent, Dior Forever Undercover Foundation, Laura Mercier Cream Contour Palette for my bronzer, for my blush, for my highlight. On my eyes, I have on Laura Mercier Eye Basics in Wheat with Bobbi Brown Longwear Cream Shadow Stick in Taupe, Kiss Ritzy Lashes, Maybelline Brow Define and Fill Duo in Auburn. On my lips is Marc Jacobs Primrose and a Lancome lipstick. I forgot the name of it. This sweater I think is Halogen. It's just a cute cardigan, and a striped t-shirt from, I think, BP. I will try and link those below. And that is everything. So thank you so much for watching this. Please let me know if there's anything I can help you with. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.